Yes, hello. Yeah, hello. Right. Yeah, so I thought I would do a number of episodes on people who are really dislikable in boxing. I mean, to be honest, this could fill up, my entire time. But I'm going to start with Gareth A. Davies. Yeah. Ty and Booth called him Gareth the Arsehole Davis, which is kind of fitting. Yeah. Now, he's he's an alleged boxing and MMA journalist. He writes for the Telegraph, right? He just kind of appeared out of nowhere. I don't know. He looks about 60 or 65. When you look at the prick, you think, well, this guy just looks. He's got this stupid look with long hair. Yeah, he wears jewelry. He wears clothes that are too tight for him. Yeah, he looks like and these glasses that are like a shaded. In fact, even Bob Arum rinsed him for that, which was quite good for Bob Arum, although he's a scumbag anyway. But and so Gareth the Arsehole Davis, he's got this character. No one knows where he came from. He just suddenly appeared, right? He suddenly appears. When you look at him, you think, well, he looks like one of those aging gigolos, What's that film with Roger Moore and Michael Caine? Sorry, it was actually Steve Martin and Michael Caine called Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. By the way, you know what Michael Caine's real name is? So his real name is Morris Joseph Micklewhite Jr. You make it out what you want. If you know, you know. And so, basically it's a couple of guys, and they go around, seducing vulnerable women, trying to get money out of them. So, Gareth the Arsehole Davis looks like, the real-life version of this, just as too young. He's got his haircut, his long, flowing hair. Sometimes he dyes it. Sometimes it goes a bit grey. He's got the stupid ass, those glasses that are tinted. He looks extremely sleazy. So he looks like an aging gigolo, but the kind of gigolo that, instead of going up to middle-aged women, he still thinks he's got it, even though he's 60 or 65. And he approaches young blonde women, tries to get them to bed, buys them endless drinks, gets rejected. But, weirdly, he's a kind of egotist, the narcissist that would not even, be hurt by rejection, and he will just move on to the next woman until he finds some woman that will desperate enough to sleep with him and believes his nonsense. He's a real. I mean, he comes. You could not make up a sleazier looking guy. if you wanted to paint a portrait of a sleazy guy, Gareth A. Davis, would be the portrait. Also, what I don't understand is he's from the UK, right? So what is it? In the UK, we don't generally use nicknames, juniors. We don't use we don't use initials. That's an American thing, really, and it's pretty lame. But then Gareth the Arsehole Davis calls himself Gareth A. Davis. It makes him special. He should be recognised because his name is different. Because Gareth Davis is a very common name. Gareth is considered in the UK, most Gareths will be called Gary anyway. So he doesn't call himself Gary, he wants to be Gareth. And he doesn't want to be called just Gareth Davis, he wants to be called Gareth A. Davis because he's so special. Now, no one knows where he comes from, and he talks absolute nonsense. He managed to get a gig for the Daily Telegraph, which is a quite well-respected broadsheet in the UK. And he writes these rubbish articles, and he gets flown around the world. He goes to see all the MMA fights, all the boxing fights. He asks stupid questions. He's most well known for stating, I think it was on his Twitter, that what's that girl called? Ebony Bridges, who's just some low rent tattooed skit. Yeah, he said she would be the Muhammad Ali of female boxing. I mean, how ridiculous and insulting is that? I mean, apart from the fact she's untalented, she's not that good, and she's just like a skit, like a page 3 girl that throws a few punches, and she's not that good. How can she be considered the Muhammad Ali of the female boxing world when Ali was like, Ali rocked the world with his choices, you know. I'm not a big fan of his because I think he was a nonce, and as his ex-wife says, and you know, he was a hypocrite and he bullied Joe Frazier, who was to me intrinsically a far better man. But you know, just to compare Ebony Bridges, a low rank sket, right? By the way, yeah. Every time you look at her, think her batty hole is an inch or less than an inch away from her punani, and she walks around in her underwear and gets beaten up. You know, this is apparently the Muhammad Ali of women's boxing. It's pathetic, man. And this is apparently a serious journalist. Now, you know, if he just stayed at that level, you'd be like, yeah, whatever, man. You know, he's just another fool trying to gain attention, trying to look like a gigolo from Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, embarrasses himself. You know, you can put up with it, but you've got to look deeper, right? Now, I went on Gareth the Arsehole Davies's Instagram, yeah, and had a look at the pictures of him. It's obviously extremely narcissistic, yeah. Loads of images of him with top stars from MMA and boxing, and but this is what you got to notice. This is where things take a turn for the strange, and maybe it makes you understand why he got the job he got, right? Because he ends up flashing all these signals, all these symbols, whenever they take a picture of him. And what I mean by that is all these symbols, when people flash special hand signals that are not, usual way of expressing yourself, then he's saying something. There's a message there. He's part of a secret society. I've already gone on about secret society. Hearns, Fish Eyes, yeah? Robert Smith from British Boxing Board of Control, and many others are part of that society. And they hold themselves up and they help themselves. Now, why do I know it's him? We'll just have a look. Endlessly. On and on and on and on. There's about 3 symbols he uses all the time. And you might, naive people be like, so what? It's just, that's just a little trademark. No. There's no such thing as chance in these. You know, you're having a picture taken, which you're putting on your media, and you're flashing a certain sign, and you do it again and again and again. And it's not just one. There's about 3 or 4 of them he uses. Yeah? He is part of that secret society. That's why he's got the job. Yeah? That's why he's got the job. I mean, it doesn't take much talent to be able to write about boxing, you know? In the UK, there's probably like 10 million people who could write a decent article about boxing. Why did they choose Gareth A. Davies? Because he's part of the secret society. Yeah, check out his Instagram. Yeah, check out his rubbish articles. You know, there's a recent press conference. The Tyson Fury, Dillian White, or as Tyson says, Frillian White knickers, which I don't think is that funny. But again, and you know, you got like Gareth A. Davies asking, you know, I'm talking, and he's asking questions, but he's talking about the Ukraine war, which is utterly irrelevant, because that whole thing is a secret society, an Illuminati, yeah, conflict to cause economic disaster, societal disaster, yeah, and move towards their goals. And if you want to find out what their goals are, you do your own research, man. It's not all up to me, bruv. Yeah. Anyway, peace, and also F. Gareth A. Davies, the wrong un. He looks like a nonce. He's not a nonce as far as I know, but he looks like a nonce. And he's definitely one of them guys that siders up to girls that are like 40 years younger than him at the bar. He goes, hi, I'm Gareth A. Davies. Can I get you a drink? Champagne? And you know, some, you know, blonde girl, almost always blonde girls, they like to go for that, these nonsense. So yeah, keep an eye on him, man, and don't trust anything that comes out of a man's mouth. And one more thing, I've included pictures in this reel. Yeah, he always wears a crucifix. A lot of these guys wear crucifixes deliberately to disrespect Christianity with their behavior.